Well, good evening, John. This decision by the governor to issue the state of emergency has certainly fueled a lot of speculation that this grand jury decision could be imminent. And also it has stirred some fears among people in the community who are concerned about just how bad the violence could be. Then a phone call with reporters just a few moments ago, the governor said this is all a part of an overall contingency plan to make sure law enforcement is prepared. So the St. Louis County and City Police Department will be working with the Highway Patrol and, as you mentioned, the National Guard to make sure they are prepared for the worst. Because even though we don't know exactly what day the grand jury will announce their decision, some protests here in Ferguson and in other communities are already underway. Organizers call this a preview of their plans to protest if Ferguson police officer Darren Wilson is not indicted. Several hundred people rallied in Clayton, Missouri, promising to shut down the St. Louis suburb if there's no justice.
Indict, convict, send that killer cop to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell.
Unlike Ferguson, the 15,000 residents of Clayton, the St. Louis County seat, are mostly white and affluent.
Clayton is the political hub of the county. It also houses some of the biggest businesses, like the Olin Corporation, which manufactures the bullets. It's significant to be here to remind these people that we are not quitting.
For more than an hour, the group blocked traffic and confronted drivers at intersections.
We want to indictment! These cops don't like it!
Some protesters shouted at police officers who mostly stood back, not engaging the crowd. The protesters here say they have little faith Officer Wilson will be indicted. Regardless of the decision, they say their message will be nonviolent and focused.
We've been peaceful for 101 days. These protesters will continue to be peaceful. It's not, we are fighting for the preservation of life, so we would never endanger people for the cause.
This is a systemic issue that goes beyond just this case, and we have goals that go beyond just this case, so there's no reason for us to just wait for this one decision in order to make our voices heard.
We don't get it shut down!
The Clayton Chamber of Commerce tells Al Jazeera it received a warning from Clayton officials about the protest. But so far, unlike many businesses in Ferguson that are now temporarily boarded up in case there's violence, businesses here in Clayton remain open. And we spoke to several protesters out there today. All of them say that they will be nonviolent, but they certainly will be direct with their message. But the FBI did issue a bulletin tonight to law enforcement across the country warning that there could be agitators coming in and perhaps exploiting the situation, turning otherwise peaceful demonstrations into much more. But again, the governor has issued a state of emergency here, John, and that will be in effect for the next 30 days. But he has the option to extend that depending on what happens here in the community. John?
All right, Jonathan, thank you.